Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Alrighty, friends, you ready for some more fresh and organic Bible study? Because here we go. This is your finest Bible bistro on the internet, Daily Dose Radio, where we're not afraid to ask the question, do you have a lifter-upper? Yes, that's an important question to answer. And today, David answers it for us. So we're going to look at verse 3 today, just verse 3. There's a lot here in verse 3. If you need my translation, you can find it at my-dailydose.com. Just go there, click on the Daily Dose Plus file link, and it'll take you to a thing that says My Word. Click on that. You'll find it says Psalm 3 with the date. And then you click on that link, and it'll take you to a PDF, and you'll have it right there. Just a couple of clicks in, you'll have the translation. This comes in after the Selah, verse 3 does. And you'll notice, as I said yesterday, the Selah creates for us a division. That's one of its main purposes, is to create a division and a pause in the reading or the singing of this psalm. So we have in verses 1 and 2, O Lord, how my enemies have increased. And the whole thing is about the enemies and what they have to say. And then David quotes the enemy at the end of 2, in God for him there is no salvation. So they thought the Lord was done with him. He's a cast-off. He's cast aside. Now we have verse 3, David's faith declaration. Let me read that for you. But you, O Lord, are a shield about me, my glory, and the one who lifts up my head. The shield is an important symbol for David. He's so often in the Psalter, he's referring to the shield. And for a man of wartime, for a man of valor like David, it's understandable for us. We get it. David would think of his shield when he thinks of the Lord, perhaps, because this is the way the Lord treats him. He acts as a shield about him. And notice that it's about him. It's not just on one side. You know, if you're a right-handed man, you carry your shield on the left side so that your undefensed side would have some defense. You have a defense in your right hand with the sword, which is also your offensive weapon. Well, for David, he would carry that shield whether right or left-handed. But this shield that he's talking about is a shield that extends all the way around him. It's about him. You are a shield about me. So the Lord is the one who stands around him. So the Lord is his protection. And as I said, this is an important theme for David. We find it prominently displayed in Psalm 18, which is his great confession of faith. And we'll get there here, several weeks now, but we'll get there. We'll talk about that great confession of faith in Psalm 18. But we find it all through the Psalter. And then he says of the Lord, not only is he a shield about him, but he is the glory. He says, my glory and the one who lifts up my head. So David is not concerned with what the enemies are saying. He's concerned with his position in the Lord. And I think that's something that maybe we should be concerned about too. Where are you with the Lord? Don't worry about what other people are saying. Why don't you worry about what the Lord has to say? Is he your glory? And is he the one who lifts up your head? Is he your lifter-upper? There it is. And I think that's something that we need to consider as well today. Have you made that choice? Have you called on his name in repentance of your sin and ask him to lift up your head? Because, you see, there is no one else who can do it. The enemies, they certainly aren't going to do it. David can't do it for himself because he's on the run from his own son. Who is it that can lift him up and restore him to the place of his position as king? The only one that can do that is the Lord. And David glories in him, whether he does it or not. He says, Lord, you're a shield that extends all the way about me. You're my salvation. I mean, that's really what he's saying here. They said in him there is no salvation, or for him there is no salvation. David says, Lord, you're a shield all about me. You're my glory and the one that lifts up my head. Salvation comes only from the Lord. Join me again tomorrow. We're going to look at verse 4 and 5 on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.